What's up, ASUN Conference fans? My name's David Miller, and I'd like to welcome you back to Around the ASUN. Now, last week was filled with excitement. The women's soccer tournament came to a conclusion in thrilling fashion. The men's tourney has been whittled down to the Final Four. 6 of the 8 spots in this year's volleyball tournament have been secured, and there are no more sleeps until the start of basketball season. First up this week, women's soccer. And this year's tournament was so outstanding that when people look back in the annals of history, they're going to talk about 3 things: the discovery of fire, the invention of the combo meal, and the 2023 Atlantic Sun Women's Soccer Tournament. The semifinals were full of upsets as the 4-seed North Alabama stunned host and top seed Lipscomb. 3-seed Florida Gulf Coast soared past the 2nd-seeded Central Arkansas Bears. So let's get you to Nashville, where the name conference champion and a chance to play for a national title were on the line. The North Alabama Lions were looking for their first ever ASUN title, and the Eagles of Florida Gulf Coast were looking to repeat as tournament champs. And the Lions were on the prowl in the first half. 30th minute, UNA on the corner. Kelly Hovis puts the boot to it, and Izzy Gurney Harper uses her hops and her head to get it past the outstretched arms of Molina to get North Alabama on the board, and they wasted no time coming back for seconds. 31st minute, Olivia Heinert off the throw-in centers it to Julia Murdoch, who squeezes it past Molina to make it 2-0 UNA. 40th minute, and the Lions are still hungry. Heinert puts some air under this one, and Hovis uses her noggin to redirect it, and North Alabama takes a commanding lead into halftime. Now, if you turned this game off yesterday, you missed a comeback performance for the ages. 65th minute, Florida Gulf Coast on the attack, and Erica Chippa sneaks it past right to make it 3-1. 67th minute, Eagles on the corner kick, punched out, brought back towards the box where it bounces around like a pinball before Chippa nets another one to close the gap. Now, I don't know what Erica Chippa was sipping on at halftime, but I want some of it, because in the 79th minute, she beats right again, and Chippa is jacked. The sophomore with a hat trick. All the goals were assisted by Eden Bretzer, and we are tied. Late in the second overtime, FGCU in prime position for this set piece. Chippa taking the free kick and just misses as she banks it off the crossbar, and we go to penalty kicks. After UNA missed their first attempt, Chippa puts FGCU ahead as she bends the nylon for the 4th time. Andrews up for North Alabama and makes it 1-1 as she beats Molina. LeBay next for Florida Gulf Coast, and she sneaks it past a diving right to give the advantage back to FGCU. After a miss by each team, North Alabama's Brianna Eads ties it up as Molina guessed wrong. Caitlin Kaufman looking to reclaim the advantage for the Eagles, and she goes top shelf to make it happen. UNA needs to score here, but the attempt sails high, and Florida Gulf Coast rallies from a 3-goal deficit to repeat as the Atlantic Sun Tournament champions and have secured their spot in the NCAA tournament. Now, we'll stay on the pitch where the first round of the men's tournament got started on Saturday, and we'll go to Louisville, Kentucky, where the 6th-seeded Jacksonville Dolphins were taking on the 3rd-seed Stetson Hatters. Second half, 77th minute, Stetson with the corner kick, Charles Ahai with the in-swinger, and Alvaro Gabancho is there using his melon to find the back of the goal and give Stetson a 1-0 lead. 85th minute, Stetson looking for some insurance. Gabani moves it ahead to Afonso Conde, and he bends it like Beckham and hits the upper 90 to provide a 2-goal lead, and that's how it ends, with Stetson moving on to face the 2-seed Bellarmine Knights. Central Arkansas also advances to the semifinals with a 1-0 victory over Queens, and the Bears will take on the top-seeded Lipscomb Bisons. We're going to turn our attention to volleyball now as the high-flying Eagles of Florida Gulf Coast look to continue their winning ways. So let's get you to Fort Myers, where FGCU was taking on Kennesaw State. Now, after the KSU Owls took the first set, the Eagles settled down and took control of the match. Thanks to a 12-kill night from Ella Chapman and Skylar Kent, FGCU ran their winning streak to 14 with a 3-1 win over Kennesaw State. Here's the rest of the weekday action. Lipscomb, North Florida, and North Alabama won their matches in straight sets, while Stetson and Eastern Kentucky claimed 3-1 victories. EKU earned their spot in the tournament with the win. Then over the weekend, FGCU clinches the regular season championship with a 3-0 win over Queens. UNF punched their ticket to the conference tourney with a straight set victory over Austin Peay. And for the first time in program history, North Alabama is heading to the ASUN tournament with a 3-1 win over EKU. KSU got back on the winning track as they rallied from a 2-0 deficit to beat Stetson 3-2 and secure their spot in this year's tourney. Central Arkansas took care of business against Bellarmine, and Lipscomb and Jacksonville went the distance, with Lipscomb coming away with the 3-2 win. Well, that was all the action that happened last week. This week should be just as eventful. The men's tournament will come to a conclusion with the semifinals happening tonight. There are 3 volleyball teams fighting for the last 2 spots in the tournament, and basketball season starts tonight. We appreciate you guys taking time. Hope to see you again for another trip around the ASUN.